Hey guys, Gable from One Goes With Hoda, and today I have one of my favourite female characters in the anime world, Sanjuka Hara from the Monogatari series, and this is a Good Smile Company figure, which of course means the value just doesn't go down. So I managed to pick this up for 122 Great British pounds, but I've seen it at up to 200, so it's kind of all over the place, so I recommend you keep an eye out if you look at this figure and look at multiple sources for it. So before I ramble on too long, let's take a quick look at the box. Got a picture of it down here, and some text going on here, and our Good Smile Company sticker up here. Side 1, we've got an image of her here. Side 2, we've got the alternate pose that you get with her. On the back here you can see we have two different poses with one where she's holding two staplers and she's got nothing falling out of her skirt, and we also have the one where she's holding open her skirt and all her stationery is falling down. So of course there are lots of accessories, and I just want to show you one because they're all very similar. All these bits of stationery, they're all kind of stuck together like this, and they each go into different pegs in her dress. Now here's the one dress you get for the open pose, and you can see her hands are here. So her hands are there, you clip them back into her, and then you thread everything up the dress there. For legs, there's only one set of legs, and that's what actually holds it all together. So you thread that into the body, and the dress is held by the set of legs clicking into the body. So you get a whole lot of these different accessories to go with this particular one. They all of course sit here as if it's all falling out. So here she is from the front, and obviously this isn't the way she's meant to be displayed, but I figured we'd start here because there's a lot of detail going on here. So straight away, amazing shading. I know straight away it doesn't come up quite as well on camera as it does in real life, but from this dress here moving up into the shirt and the hair, the shading's really good, and it really isn't, the camera's not doing it justice at all. So and all this clothing, the sculpting's really good. Obviously it hangs on, she's really thin as part of Sanjuka Hara, so she's quite thin, isn't she? It almost goes into her stories, and she's weightless, isn't she? That's her curse, but she's obviously a thin anime girl. So the clothes are kind of sitting on there, and you can see them kind of wrinkling up there. Her hands on this particular one, they are quite hard to get in, and I was afraid of breaking them, so I was quite careful. So you can see mould lines there, but if you're brave of an eye, you could definitely shove them in a bit. Now sitting here, you can see the pens and the ruler in her upper pocket, all sculpted in really nice. Her tie coming out, and the collar, and there's even a shirt within the collar sculpted there. And of course all this paint, really well done, with some darker lining down the side of her buttons where it's shading this nice clean red here, and on the end of the tie. So no complaints about the painting and the sculpting here at all. There isn't much going on in the base, but there is this really nice shiny look to her stockings and her shoes, so that looks really nice. And there's some very slight sort of movement to it as well, give it a bit more interesting with just having her standing in a museum-esque pose. So similar to Shinobu, her hair falls and really sort of encapsulates her whole body and gives it this nice shape, which is really nice. And you can see from this angle particularly the amazing shading down the hair here, really beautiful. And obviously because the way you display her on this angle, you'll be able to see a lot of that hair there. This is how you'll display it, and I really like how the face looks there. The hair coming down here, again the shading continues there, it's not just in the main back but even in these smaller bits the shading is done really well. And you can see all the amazing sculpting work in the shirt, on the hands here, and the stapler, all this amazing sculpt work and shading. All looks really great from this angle, and her face looks great. She looks, obviously Sanjuka Hara is incredibly intimidating, and you can see how some characters react to her in the show. She is dangerous for such this beautiful young girl, but yeah, really captured the look there. I really like the face sculpt on this. Even from this angle it looks really great, so I'm glad it's showing up so well on camera. But I love all the contrasting colours and the blues and the reds and the pinks on all the shading, so it looks really great. Again, contrast between the top there with the black shining down there. And now the only complaint I have so far really, and I think it's the only complaint I have, this mould line. Now usually I don't bring up mould lines like this, but because this is a slightly more expensive figure, I'm used to them sort of doing a bit better to hide the mould lines, and from how you display her, it's not too noticeable, but I feel like if you're paying this price, sort of from 100 up is where you expect mould lines to be eliminated a bit better. But you know, it's a very minimal complaint, and it really is not noticeable in this display angle. So let's move on and get some measurements. So she's meant to be 1/8, and she's standing at about 9 inches tall, which is about 23 centimetres. Her width is about 5 inches, which is about 13 centimetres. And her depth is about Her base is just wider than her depth up here, which is about 4.5 inches, which is about 11.5, 12 centimetres. Here she is on a Delta Shelf player. So here she is next to 1/8 Jotaro Kujo. Again, you can see she's quite tall for 1/8, almost bridging on what I would say is a 1/7. And here she is next to 1/6 Jotaro Kujo. So to wrap up, I just want to say, Good Smile Company have a good name for a reason, and it's because pieces like this exist. It's an absolutely beautiful piece that really captures the character with some brilliant characteristic sculpting and shading in the hair and in the clothing. It's all done really well, and all the alternate bits you get, you have almost two completely different figures. I wouldn't be surprised if people buy 2 copies of this, because it's hard to make a decision on which one you want to display depending on what style you're into, but the hair, the clothing, the shading is all absolutely beautiful on this piece. I'm a huge fan. It's probably going up there with one of my favourite pieces I've reviewed so far. It's just really, really nice to look at. It's just a really beautiful piece with a great face sculpt that really captures the character, and I'm really glad to have it in my collection. So thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one.